Hey there, I'm Joe. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Permutive. We're a venture-backed company, have some of the largest investors in the world behind us, including Y Combinator and SoftBank. And we're on a mission to rebuild data and advertising to protect privacy. And the reason why is today, digital advertising is a big business, but it's come at the expense of user privacy. Ad tech companies underpin hundreds of billions of dollars in spend every year, but regulators don't like the way they operate. And there are two things which they don't like about ad tech. The first problem is an issue of consent. Today, there are tens, hundreds, thousands of ad tech companies who are tracking everything you do as you move across the internet. They're packaging you up, and they're selling you on downstream without even asking for your permission. The second problem is the way these ad tech companies use and share that data leaks it at enormous scale. And that means users are more aware than ever about what's going on. It's forced large regulators to take action, and that's forced Apple and Google to start to change underlying infrastructure on the internet. And there are two deep changes which happen to the internet. The first is the economics of the internet is now changed. We've moved away from a world of third parties to a world of first parties. It's why Amazon has a $28 billion advertising business built on top of its first-party data. Whilst at the same time, it's why Oracle's had to pull its third-party data business out of Europe entirely. Whilst publishers have seen billions of dollars in spend flow into them from advertisers, ad tech has been suffering. And the second problem which you see emerge in the ecosystem is that these changes are forcing Apple and Google to break internet infrastructure. They're removing cookies and device identifiers, and that's forcing advertisers to rebuild, to run on the user's device, where ads can be personalized, but personal information doesn't need to be shared. It's why Facebook, back in July, announced that they'll be undergoing engineering work to rebuild their entire infrastructure to run on the user's device. And these are huge, huge changes. They're changes which we spent the past few years working on. At Permutive, many of the world's largest first-party data owners, the largest publishers, use our infrastructure every day. We sit behind News Corp, BBC, BuzzFeed, Vox. And today, we've rebuilt that advertising infrastructure to run on the user's device. In the first half of this year, we targeted more than 8 billion privacy-safe impressions. And by the end of this year, 0.5% of ads on the web will be targeted via our infrastructure. And we think that this is a hugely exciting time to rebuild advertising in a sustainable way, but there are four things we need to do as an ecosystem. The first is, as an ecosystem, we need to start building around first-party data. First-party data where the new winners in the ecosystem lie and is where the future sits. Second is we need to rebuild that ecosystem from the ground up in order to protect user data. Thank you, everyone, for listening today. If you're a publisher, a brand, or ad tech company, I'd love to speak to you afterwards. Thank you.